I wrote 33 poems in January, and I thought it would be fun to turn them into a zine with some of the photographs that I took this month as well. I've never made a zine before, and I thought it would be fun to document the process and take you along with me. I have a running Pinterest board of ideas for this zine, or just for zines in general. And then I'm going to print off the poems and go through and cut some of the ones that I don't like so much. And then begin formatting, printing, testing, that kind of thing. So yeah, welcome. I hope you are having a great day so far and that the sun is shining if it's the daytime, or the moon is shining if it's the nighttime. So these are the aforementioned poems. And this is my zine Pinterest board. I quite like the more handmade kind of collage vibe, but also kind of more edited on the computer. Like, I think I want it to be a mishmash of digital techniques and analog. I like that word, digital and analog crossover. So yeah, I also have started to put together some of the photos that I've taken this month. It's really interesting how reading through the things I've written, I remember what headspace I was in when I wrote them, and I don't recognize myself as being in that headspace anymore, which is really cool. But that got me thinking about whether I should keep them in chronological order or not. I've been using Scribus because I have not been sponsored by Adobe yet. This is my title page so far. I'm thinking of printing off this photo and handwriting over the top of it and then scanning it back in again. But I've just put all the poems with one page each. This is the kind of thing I could do for hours. I think I'm happy again. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm going through and editing the text to kind of match the feel of the poem. So generally I'm enjoying smaller text, but sometimes italic, also changing if it's like, if it's aligned to the left, middle, right, or in some cases I've done it so it like stretches across the whole box. Then I'm editing the line spacing. Ooh. And then also editing, like I thought this one would be fun, if you see it in preview, to have it like spanning the whole page as if it's like part of a longer dialogue. This is so cool. Because like the poem is about like being pulled in different directions, and because the lines get shorter and shorter, it's like getting pulled further and further apart as you go down. Just a quick interlude to show you my skirt. So this is everything that I have so far. I also wanted to add that if you're looking for an alternative to Photoshop, then I've been using GIMP, which doesn't have all the same tools and is a bit clunkier in the same way that Scribus is to Adobe's InDesign. but it's free. So yeah, this is what I have so far. So it's a few days later now, and I've just printed off the front cover again on some nice card. So I scanned in the text from the original paper one, and I've like essentially photoshopped it on top. So that's not actually like ink, it's just printed on. But on the card, this front image came out so nicely. It's like very matte black. So now I'm gonna attempt to stitch the spine, or like do the binding. So I think that involves like stitching down here, like punching some holes maybe and like stitching them. I'm not sure what colour thread to do because I have some nice red thread, but I don't want it to be like too ominous, considering it already feels quite ominous. It's a bird. So this is the final zine. I am happy with it. It's not exactly what I envisaged it would be from the Pinterest board that I looked at the beginning, but I'm happy with it, and I'm happy with what I learned along the way. I was sitting on the sofa reading it last night, and I was like thinking to myself, I can't believe I made this. This is so cool, because it's not just like someone else's work, it's also my own writing too. So to read what I wrote like typed up and printed out like this was kind of validating. And let me show you what's inside. So thank you very much for watching and for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you're having a peaceful day, and hopefully see you soon. I want to do actually a poetry reading at some point. I have a vision for that, so stay tuned if you're interested.